Yeah, my name is Jens Hedman, and I'm a Swedish composer of electroacoustic music. I'm interested in all sorts of music, but I have a special interest in surround music and acousmatic electroacoustic music, but also pieces combining instruments and electronics, and sound installations too for museums. I'm inspired by the sounds themselves and to combine sounds and the rhythms and small ingredients in sound that could be combined with other sounds and build gestures together. I'm also interested in power in music, that it gets really, that you can feel the music in your body, and also the surround evolving feeling of being inside the music. That's my main. And I think it's especially hard to start something new, because it takes time for me to build something that gets... I can have ideas, but it's the meeting with the sounds and how the sounds talk to me that kind of get me going and be interesting and get ideas. So it takes some energy to come to that state. So starting a piece is hard. But when I get into it, it's like a flow to compose. Well, it was when I was like 20 years. Then I decided that I want to be a pop star. So, and because I listened a lot of popular, a little bit experimental music, and I started to try to learn to play. I was listening to the pop group Roxy Music at that time, and they had a saxophone player and a violin player in the group, and also Brian Eno on electronics. So I tried to learn to play saxophone, violin, and then I started to work at EMS to learn how to use the studio as an instrument. And I was too lazy to continue with the instrument, but I found that I was really talented to use the studio as an instrument. And at that time it was splicing tapes and working with much more physical, hands-on techniques than today's computer music. So, but I really like that, so I continue, and I'm still doing it. It's different for different pieces. For instance, if I compose for an instrument, that the sounds from that instrument is of course very important for me, also in the electronic parts. When I do sound installations, I recently have used a lot of synthetic sounds from synthesizers and stuff like that to make it more abstract, because I do sound installations with my wife, that is a visual artist, and she works with something called concrete art, that is more like colors, fields and forms. So it's very abstract, and I want my music to be abstract. So then I use electronic sounds, but it could be all sorts of sounds depending on the piece that I want to do. But I'm also very interested actually in instruments from other countries, and have worked with African instruments and tried to add electronic parts made from the sounds from the instrument. And yeah, I think electroacoustic music can be really interesting for anybody because it's very different, and I have found that my music that is made in surround, that put you right inside the music, can be very thrilling for people and give a lot of like inner films. So I think it's an amazing music that try to find new worlds of sound. I have a homepage, Hedman.com, where you can listen to my music and see some of my sound installations and everything. And I have some pieces on Spotify. But since I'm working a lot in surround, it's a little bit hard to really translate that feeling. So stereo medium is not my favorite. So the best thing is to go to a concert and listen to my music, I think.